Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we have to talk about why CD Projekt Red has chosen Ciri to be the next protagonist of The Witcher 4. Now, some of you guys are happy with the choice, some of you guys are not happy with the choice, and some of you are on the fence because you're waiting for more confirmation. Is this going to be a woke fest of a game or not? So at this point, we don't know. It's pretty obvious there's just not enough information. We shall see how the game develops, of course. For now, I am still quite, I would say, positive about it because, Ciri as being a protagonist, if they do it right, it's still going to be really good. But there are some interesting points here to raise and also some concern about the timing. So, in the interview they made with CD Projekt Red, with IGN, they said the following, speaking exclusively to IGN ahead of the reveal. Executive producer, I'm not going to say this name because it's really complex, I'm just going to call her the producer, said Ciri was the very organic and logical choice. It was always about her. Starting from Saga, when you read it in the books, she's an amazing, layered character. So they are saying that The Witcher was always about Ciri. And of course, as a protagonist, we said goodbye to Geralt previously. So this is a continuation. I guess for all of us, it's like she was meant to be. That was always her. Now, in a way, I partially agree with them because in the DLC, in the second DLC for The Witcher 3, the Geralt kind of retires in his vineyard with his wine and with effectively his massive gold and effectively living a life, like retiring there and just kind of chilling, right? Which would mean that bringing him back into the world of dangers and war would be kind of ripping him apart from the happy ending that was prepared for him in The Witcher 3. So in that way, I kind of understand it. But then there are some very interesting, I would say, exclamation marks which are coming here. You see, back in 2018. This is what happened with CD Projekt Red. They signed the diversity policy, which they signed in 2018. This policy sets core values upon which our organizational culture is based. So effectively, this, as you guys know, the DEI is about the fact that it does kill art. I'm very sorry, but DEI does kill art. Also, on top of this, we have Ciri here, and in the background, a bunch of, mugshots of women who I guess were developing or are developing or will develop games for CD Projekt Red, and of course in the front, the face of it is Ciri, right? Ciri, as you can see here, as the compilation of the photos. Furthermore, CD Red is a signatory of the Diversity Charter. It is an international initiative under the auspices of the European Commission that obligates us to forbid discrimination in the workplace and take action to create and promote a diversity and engage team members and businesses partners in such actions. Now, fine, that's good, but the question is as follows. Is CD Projekt Red using this tool to get more money and effectively hire people who are underqualified just because they have to hire people to meet the diversity quota? As you guys know, when you have such a company, you have to hire people, you have to prove to your shareholders that, you deserve the money from BlackRock and Vanguard and all these big corporations because you fill these tick boxes, as in you hire enough people of color, you hire enough people with different sexual orientations and stuff like that, which is fine. I don't mind. But the question is, are these people being hired based on meritocracy or just because they have to fill in that tick box? Well, or they should be the judge of that. So next one, this is also really interesting here. Game director Sebastian added that because Ciri is younger than Geralt, players will have more freedom to define her character in a way they couldn't with Geralt. This also affords the development more space to explore her character. So the developers can add more stuff in there and be more free because Geralt was, set in his ways. He was an old character, an old guy. So, he was like an old dog. He could not teach you new tricks. I think this is what they're trying to get, right? She's actually about to become the Witcher. Kalimba explained. She's about to actually form her own codex. books, but on her own terms. The way she actually deals with the monsters, the way she deals with quest, the adventures, it's her own unique way. And also I think that she gives more room to be able to tell different stories here and there. Of course, we want to give the opportunity for the player to explore more nuance, because this is what we do. But she deserves that. Both Mitrega and Kalemba acknowledge a potential backlash for some corners of the internet of Ciri's role being a protagonist in The Witcher 4, but both insisted that Ciri was always going to be the game's main character. So they pretty much said that Ciri was always meant to be here. There's no question asked. So from 2016, this is what they're saying. Again, this is their words, not my words. This was the choice, right? There was an intention behind the choice, Kalemba said. It was far from roulette. It wasn't random. I remember we had discussions 9 years ago. So this was literally what, like in 2017, I guess, 2016 effectively, right? 2016, where we were talking about who's next. The very instant answer was Ciri. There were many reasons behind that. We already mentioned a few, but she really deserves a stage where we want players to really experience her story, because she has so much to tell, so much to prove. The amount of challenges that are in front of her give us so much amazing energy and fuel to create an epic saga that we had no choice but to go with it. We all felt that this was the way. I believe this is super right choice. So effectively, they're trying to say, I guess they're trying to avoid effectively any backlash by saying that this was decided 9 years ago, and I'm pretty sure they knew that people were going to look into this, which is their diversity policy, which was activated in 2018. So they're trying to dodge the bullet here and say that their DEI kind of mentality and politics effectively came in after their decision to insert Ciri, so that means that it's safe. Now we shall see, because it remains to be seen if the game is going to have pronouns, because in the books, right, in the world of the creator, there's no such thing as the pronouns in the game, right? So if the game is going to have pronouns, if Ciri is going to explore different sexual orientations in the game, which again is not in the books, that's when we're going to know for sure that they are putting their DEI agenda into the game as well, as we have seen in Dragon Age the Veilguard. Now again, it's too early to assess that option, because of course we don't know yet much about the game apart from the fact that Ciri is going to be the main protagonist. Now, there were some people online who kind of complained about the fact that Ciri looks a bit more, I would say, different, uglier than she looked in Part 3. In Part 3, she was obviously younger. Now, they can change. This is a cinematic, so usually cinematics are different from the actual gameplay. So I wouldn't take this as the final model, although she looks really good. I mean, to be honest, like, she looks very good. The only thing I would change on her would be that her cheeks are really fat. I don't know why, just because, the modern audiences, most people are fat these days for whatever reason. Maybe for that, I don't know, right? I remember, like, Aloy, they made her cheeks fatter and fatter as the game progressed, and the sequels, and her cheeks just became so fat. So yeah, I guess that's one thing I'm not liking about this particular design. Apart from that, everything is fine. Like, her body shape and everything is pretty good. So that's my only complaint. I guess also depending on the angle, because some angles are better than other angles. So again, we shall see. But it just feels like they kind of like just made her face more fat. That's just my opinion. Okay, that's just my point of view. But we shall see, guys, how things run out in the future. To be honest, so far the game looks pretty cool. I cannot wait to play the game, to be honest. I do pray that they do not fall in a trap of the DEI obsession. So please do not add cutscenes where you have to apologize to someone and do push-ups for misgendering someone, like we saw in Dragon Age the Veilguard, okay, which is just ridiculous. So I'm hoping that they're not going to do that, because they're going to be smarter than that, but time will tell. So guys, that's it for today's video. As always, make sure to subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and see you later in the next videos. Bye.